Did you know? The most ordinary material around us, glass, actually hides an enormous scientific riddle. It's everywhere, yet it's almost the only transparent solid that humans encounter in daily life. Think about it. Before the invention of plastic, what other material was hard, stable, and transparent? Diamonds are too rare, ice melts, and water is a liquid. But glass happens to be just right, just transparent enough, just moldable into any shape, just cheap and durable enough. All these just rights made it the foundation for telescopes, microscopes, camera lenses, and smartphone screens, the very starting point of modern science. But have you ever seriously wondered, why is glass transparent? Or rather, is it truly transparent? Let's look at two counterintuitive experiments. Point your phone's UV detection mode at a piece of glass. The glass turns dark. Surprisingly, glass is opaque to ultraviolet light. Now use an infrared camera to look at a black garbage bag. It seems to vanish completely, revealing everything inside. A garbage bag, it turns out, is transparent to infrared light. So, transparency isn't an absolute property at all. It's a matter of what kind of light we're talking about. Glass is transparent to visible light, but opaque to ultraviolet. The garbage bag is opaque to visible light, but transparent to infrared. So let's ask again, why is glass transparent specifically to the light our eyes can see? To understand that, we need to return to the fundamental interaction between light and matter. When a beam of light hits an object, three things can happen. It can be reflected, absorbed, or transmitted. Most materials either reflect light strongly, like metal, or swallow it like wood. But glass neither reflects nor absorbs much visible light. It just lets it pass through as if nothing were there. Why? The answer lies in electronic transitions and band theory. Simply put, inside matter, electrons are active but occupy discrete energy levels. A photon, a light particle, can only be absorbed if its energy matches exactly what's needed to push an electron from a lower energy level to a higher one. If the photon's energy doesn't match, the electron ignores it, and the light passes through. Visible light has an energy range of 1.6 to 3.2 electron volts, eV, while the energy threshold, band gap, of glass is around 9 electron volts. Visible light doesn't have enough energy to excite those electrons, but they don't absorb it, and visible light passes freely through the glass. Other materials confirm this rule. Metals have a very high density of free electrons that can absorb photons across a wide range of energies, making them both opaque and electrically conductive. Crystals like diamond, ice, and salt also have large energy gaps, so visible light passes through them easily. They're transparent as well. Here's a fascinating connection. Materials that conduct electricity are usually opaque, while transparent materials usually don't conduct electricity. A material's optical and electrical behaviors are intimately linked. But here comes the problem. Glass isn't even a crystal. It's an amorphous solid, meaning its atomic structure is disordered and lacks long-range order. Yet band theory, which we just used to explain transparency, is derived entirely from crystalline structures. So on what basis can we apply crystal theory to an amorphous material like glass? That's the awkward part. Some scientists speculate that glass contains tiny microcrystalline regions, making band theory roughly applicable. Others believe that we still don't truly understand the fundamental nature of glass at all. In fact, the glassy state remains one of the great unsolved puzzles in condensed matter physics. In 2005, Science magazine listed "What is the nature of glass?" as one of the 125 most important unanswered questions in science. 5,000 years ago, ancient Egyptians fired the first man-made glass. 2,000 years later, during China's Han Dynasty, glass was used as imitation jade for burial objects. 1,000 years ago, European cathedrals painted divine light through stained glass. 400 years ago, Galileo used it to build his telescope, opening the window to the cosmos. Today, we explore the universe, study cells, record videos, and light up our screens all thanks to glass. And yet, while we use it to see the world, we still haven't truly seen through it. Glass, our old companion through thousands of years. We look through it to see everything, but we have never really seen itself.